I know that we have been talking about social media lately, and it's a topic that lots of people want to hear about because we all want to succeed with social media. And I think the reason why is because we know what an opportunity it is to be able to freely market ourselves without having to pay anything but our own time and putting ourselves out in front of a potential audience that may otherwise have never heard about us, never seen us. And it's a fantastic way to market your business. So last week I talked about what to post on social media and I shared my framework for content creation. Okay. Now you learned how to use these content themes to help you easily create consistent and engaging content on social media. You learned that this framework helps you create brand awareness. It presents yourself as an authority in your field, instills value in your services, and it helps you gain more bookings. Okay. So, however, with that, there is a way in which you should write your content so that people will actually engage with your post. And one of those ways is being able to include a call to action in every post. So today we're talking about the key ingredient you're missing for engagement in social media, and it is calls to action. All right. A call to action, it's also known as a CTA. It is a phrase used in your social media posts, oftentimes at the end of your copy, to tell your reader what step to take next. All right. Whether it is a prompt to encourage someone to subscribe to your newsletter, to check out your blog, or to book with you, calls to action are an important element to your social media marketing strategy. Okay. They are very, very important. And they're very important because using a call to action has multiple benefits, such as increasing your social media engagement, which that's what we're always looking for, right? More engagement. It can increase your newsletter subscriptions, blog views, and your bookings, just to name a few. Okay. Posting without a call to action is like leading your followers down a dead end street. Okay. You've gained their attention, you've taken them on your journey, but they can't follow you any further if they don't know where to go next. So calls to action encourage your reader to move beyond your caption and take action, meaning they encourage your audience to engage. All right. So without giving your reader a call to action, they may struggle to find a path to learning more about your services. And that is a big problem. All right. We're looking to stop people scroll. We're looking to help them, find our content engaging enough so they'll actually read through. And then we need to get them through that so they can see that call to action and take the next step to learn more about what we have to offer them. All right. Now, just any old call to action won't work. All right. You can't just slap one on there and say, comment now, book now. It's not going to work. All right. Here's the thing. You need to have a strong one that motivates people to act. It's not just about telling people what to do next, it's also telling them why. And this is a key point to think about when we're talking about calls to action, because I don't really hear a lot of people talking about this or utilizing this. It's one thing to give someone a step, but if they don't have a why are they going to follow through with that? It's not going to matter. All right. Now, sometimes the why is answered in your content before the call to action, but if not, be sure to answer it in your call to action or even get a recap, like if the why was previously mentioned. All right. The why is the motivation that gets people to act. All right. It's what makes your call to action all the more powerful. So without it, you won't see the type of response or conversion rates that you should. All right. So you put a lot of effort into creating your posts. So let's make sure they're effective. Guys, something so simple as a call to action and knowing just to tweak it a little bit with a why. These tiny little tweaks to your marketing strategies are what can make the most impact in your business. Sometimes we get overwhelmed with all the things that we feel that we have to do to market our business, when if we really look at things and really break it down into steps, a lot of times there's these little tiny tweaks that we can do that will change so much for you. So that's why I want to talk about this today, because this is simple. This is so simple. So let's talk about a couple examples, okay? Let me give you the first one. But before I do that, do I have any questions or comments? All right. So first example. So need help knowing how many hours you really need to cover for your wedding day? Click the link to my contact form and let's set up a Zoom chat today. The call to action is click the link is the call to action. All right. Not knowing how many hours that you might need for your wedding day, that's the why behind it. Feeling confused, feeling overwhelmed, not knowing what to do, needing a resource. That's the why that someone should click the link to get more information, right? So think about that when you write these, right? You've got to pair a why with a call to action. It's one thing to give the next step, but it's another to incentivize that step. Okay, here's another example. The first 3 people to comment get first dibs on my limited mini session spaces. Comment now. All right, so the call to action is comment now. The why is getting first dibs. Okay, and I want to point out another part of this sentence, because the thing that I want to point out about it is that it mentions scarcity. Okay, these mini session spaces are limited, so by placing scarcity along with your call to action and a why, you've got 3 strategies in one simple sentence to encourage engagement. That's a friggin' triple threat, guys. Think a little bit before you just write your content and post it out into the world. What little tweaks can you do to make it more likely that people will engage with you? Okay. Daniela says, it's hard with Instagram because you can't put links in posts. It's getting easier. Oftentimes what you need to do, Daniela, is refer to the link in your bio. You can also put links in your stories now, which is fantastic. So that's really helpful. So you've got to give a why to incentivize them to actually click on the link in your bio, because it's an extra step, right? And we don't want to give people too many steps, because the more steps there are, the less likely they're going to follow through. So that's you bringing that up is fantastic, Danielle. I appreciate that, because this is even more of a reason why you need to put a why with your call to action. Okay. But you can use these also on Facebook too. You can use these anywhere. Call to actions, even on TikTok, they're important. They're so important because it's more likely that people are going to engage. But yes, when it comes to having them click on a link, you've got to give them a why, absolutely. You've got to, for them to be able to click that on Instagram, for them to want to click that on Instagram. So last week I mentioned my free download, 30 caption prompts for photographers, to help you know what to write about in your captions and to save you a ton of time from having to plan and strategize and brainstorm. So I've got a great blog post that partners beautifully with that download, and I'm going to give you a link for it down below. It's a week's worth of call to actions that will help you guys get going on your social media captions and calls to actions for this week. So just remember that you want to pair a why with those calls to action. And by using CTAs as one of your key ingredients in each and every post, you'll increase the likelihood that someone will engage with your post, and that builds connections and relationships that will lead to increase in bookings. All right, do I have any questions? This was a simple one, guys. Super simple. Daniela, thanks for bringing up that post. I know it's challenging. There's going to be challenges with whatever social media platform that we're using. And so we've got to work and find our ways and strategize to help people want to continue that journey with us, and to ultimately get them to the information that we have for them, because what we have for them is valuable. And so we've got to help them to understand what that is and why they should be following through with these calls to action, so they can understand the value and actually follow through. All right, guys, this is short and sweet today. If I don't have any other questions or comments, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go ahead and put the link for the free calls to action blog post, so you can check that out there. I'll also put the link for the 30 caption prompts for social media in case you guys have not downloaded that. You guys know that I'm coming out with a 90-day Instagram content planner. Actually, it's really, you can use on Facebook too. And that's going to be coming out on the 8th. I am also going to be coming out with some story prompts. I'm also going to be coming out with some more calls to action along with whys for you guys. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out in my shop on the 8th for social media that should make it an absolute breeze for you to create content easily. The planning's done for you, the brainstorming and the strategy's done for you. You just have to customize the content for your brand, and you are all set and ready to go. So I hope you guys have a great day. I will talk to you soon. I'll be posting the next poll for next week's live, so you can decide what we want to talk about then. I will talk to you soon. Take care.